Thanks for joining us here watching Newsline at noon. I'm Choi Yusan in Seoul.
Very good to have you with us. I'm Mark Broom. Now, we are just a few hours away from seeing a rare round of reunions for families separated since the Korean War take place at North Korea's Mount Kumgang Resort.
And this will be the first reunion event in 3 years and 4 months and is being seen as an important turning point for inter-Korean relations.
Yes, Moon Gon-young joins us live now from the northernmost tip of South Korea near the heavily fortified border in Gosong Gangwon province. Kon-young.
Hi guys, I'm standing right here on the southern side of the inter-Korean border in Gosong. Now, this is the northernmost tip in South Korea before the border line and pretty much the closest to North Korea as any civilians can get. Now, if you look right behind me, 1.7 kilometers behind me is the military demarcation line where just about half an hour ago, the 82 South Korean elderly who will be meeting their relatives in North Korea crossed the heavily fortified border into North Korea for the first time in 64 years. Now, also to my right, if you see right behind me, 22 kilometers from here is the Mount Kumgang Resort, the very venue of this very emotional humanitarian event, the reunions, which will start taking place later today.
So, Kon-young, are the group of South Koreans meeting their relatives in the north on their way to the Mount Kumgang Resort as we speak?
Now, in fact, yes, they are. They actually crossed the border about half an hour ago, like I said, and from here they will be traveling to the North Korea's Mount Kumgang Resort. Now, if all goes well, at about 1 or 1:30 p.m., they will be arriving in North Korea's Mount Kumgang Resort, and at 3 p.m. the reunion will begin. However, many of them, I must remind you, are in their 80s and 90s, the elderly, and when I met them earlier today, about an hour and a half ago, at the Inter-Korean Transit Office, many of them said that they could not sleep last night because of excitement due to, excitement for meeting their relatives, brothers and sisters and children for the first time in 64 years. In fact, the schedule was delayed because 2 of the female members needed medical attention and are actually being ambulanced to North Korea for the journey. Of course, the South Korean Red Cross is traveling with them along with the chief of the Red Cross, Yoo Jung-gun, and a dozen medical personnel, including ambulances, to take a look and look after their health issues.
Well, it really isn't that surprising that some of them are overwhelmed with the emotion of the day. They've been waiting and hoping for this day for so long now. What does their schedule look like from now on?
Now, like I said before, they will start their first reunion. This will be the first face-to-face reunion between the relatives and the South Koreans at 3 p.m. And then that will last for about an hour or so. And then they will part their ways and go back to their rooms. And at about 5 to 6 p.m., they will have dinner together. Afterwards, they will have private time in their rooms. However, that's not to say that they will be able to spend the rest of their stay there, 3-day stay there with their relatives. The event or the meeting will be spanned out in 6 different occasions for a total of 11 hours.
Okay, well, Kon-young, well, hopefully we see more of these reunions in the future. It's great news that they did actually agree to hold these reunions at this point now, and hopefully we'll get to a point where all divided families on the peninsula can one day see their relatives before it's too late.
Right. All right. Thank you, Kon-young. That was our Moon Gon-young live from Gosong, the northernmost